She's a working wife, got a husband at home, you know what I'm saying, got kids, all that, kids growing up, put them through college. You know, she's the quintessential, you know what I'm saying, a middle-class modern woman, you know what I'm saying, like they live a good life, right? She has it all together. And the flip side coin of that is the Taraji P. Henson character, where she's a whole hot mess. She's a single mother, ain't no man in her life. And I'm gonna get to that point too, you know. And they kind of I won't say they bump heads, but they confront each other compassionately, and then they begin to bond in this scene. And this is like an hour into the film. You know what I'm saying? They begin to bond, and they see eye to eye. You know, however, they come to a fork in the road where the Sherry Shepherd character was like, you know, I don't know what I would do without my husband, and the Taraji P. Henson character was like, well, you'll figure it out. Now that may be true, but they share two different realities pretty much, because what the Sherry Shepherd character was really trying to say is, you know, I defer to my man. You know what I'm saying? I honor my man, I respect my man, and I love my man. And what the Taraji P. Henson character was saying is, ain't no man, ain't no man, ain't no man. Like I always say, that's the thread of language that those kind of women use. Remember, I'm the ratchetologist. Take my advice. But once again, this was a fairy tale in female narcissism. You know what I mean? It placates on the expectation that we're supposed to blindly buy into the sympathy of the character. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to just blindly go along. You know what I mean? Because I do believe, you know, for a lot of women, you know, sympathy is a currency. Just like beauty is a currency for a lot of women, sympathy is a currency for a lot of women. And, you know, that does be when in the act of manipulating people's emotions to buy sympathy, that does become an abuse, right? Anybody who's, you know, lived low to low middle to middle class and who's had to punch a clock and work a 9 to 5 can relate to these kind of things. You know what I mean? Sometimes your personal life can be an obstruction to your occupational life. You know what I mean? You may not necessarily have everything together. You may not necessarily have everything in order. And this job is pretty much a stepping stool to get you on your feet. You know what I mean? And so you find yourself having to barter your time between this job that you need, even though you don't like it, but you need, and these personal situations that are putting demands on you that you have to step away from your job. That in and of itself is a stress, and then your boss coming down on you. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, heavy is the head. He's probably just as stressed as you are, but he has different kind of problems than you do. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's another conversation. You know what I'm saying? When you need help, you need help. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with being human. I think that's some people don't understand that. Some people who are very privileged, or who they may have climbed out the mud, but they don't know how to be compassionate. You know what I'm saying? Like those David Goggins character types. You know what I'm saying? Them folks, you know, they get what they got, and they get what they deserve. You know, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? But in any case, you know, it's okay to be human. It's okay to be human. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to need help. There's a gray area to that, though. There's so many real life people who are similar to this character. You know what I mean? Yeah, nursing school was aspiration for her, but in a lot of ways, when you look at everything stacked up against her and where she's at in her life, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much a dream. It's pretty much a pipe dream at this point. You feel me? Like, and that's a sad reality for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, and I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Also, I've been there. You know, it's a sad reality. Like, you know, you start asking God, like, damn, will I ever? Will this ever? Can this happen? And it's not that you're doubting yourself or you're doubting God, but you're just looking at the landscape of things, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, how am I gonna make this work? How's this gonna come together? But you know, at the end of the day, it's just, when it comes to life, it's just left foot, right foot. You know what I'm saying? It's left foot, right foot.